Good morning students. Welcome to online teaching class of Academic World School Bematara. Today we will start with the second chapter for grade 7, that is nutrition in animals. Now in first chapter we have already seen nutrition in plants, where we have seen what do we mean by nutrition. So what is nutrition? Nutrition is the process of taking nutrients from the food and utilizing it for doing various activities. So nutrition is a process by which we take nutrients from the food and we use it or we utilize it to perform various activities. In first chapter we have seen how plants take their nutrition and utilize it for activities, and in this chapter we will see how animals gain their nutrition, how they take their nutrition and use it for various activities. So what is nutrition we all know. Now here comes a term, it is known as holozoic nutrition. In case of animals, here is a term which is known as holozoic nutrition. What do we mean by holozoic nutrition? The process or the mode by which one organism gain their nutrition or take their nutrition from another organism, that is known as holozoic nutrition. Means in this chapter, as we will see how animals, humans take their nutrition. So where one organism is taking the food from another organism, this mode of nutrition is known as holozoic nutrition. Now the first thing that we will learn today is steps involved in animal nutrition. We will learn what are the steps involved in animal nutrition. Steps involved in animal nutrition. So the steps involved in animal nutrition are, the first point or the first step is ingestion. The first step is ingestion. The term itself suggests ingestion means to take in food. Ingestion means to take in food. Next, after ingestion comes the second point, that is known as digestion. Second step is digestion. We are taking in food, that is ingestion. Once we take the food, that food is broken into smaller pieces. This process of breaking down of food into smaller pieces is known as digestion. After digestion comes the third step, which is known as absorption. Means what? Food is taken, it is broken down into smaller pieces. Now the blood, it absorbs the required nutrients or required food from the broken down pieces. So what is absorption? Blood absorbs the food or the required nutrients from the broken down food. That third process is absorption. After absorption, the blood carries this absorbed food to different parts of the body so that body can utilize it. So the fourth step is assimilation. Assimilation. So what is the first step? First step is taking in food. We are putting the food in our mouth. Then the food is broken into smaller pieces. Gradually the food is digested. So second process is digestion. After digestion, the blood absorbs the food from the broken down food, and it is known as absorption. After absorption, the blood carries the absorbed food to different parts of the body so that body can utilize it. That is known as assimilation. And the last step, the undigested, the unwanted food which the body cannot absorb or which the body cannot utilize, that is thrown out from our body. That process or that step is known as egestion. That step is known as egestion. So what are the 5 steps that is involved in nutrition of animals? The 5 steps that is involved in nutrition of animals are: first is ingestion, where food is being taken. Ingestion means food is taken. After the food is taken, it is broken down into smaller pieces, which is known as digestion. Means food is broken down into smaller pieces and it gradually provides energy to our body. That is known as digestion. The blood absorbs the required food from the broken down pieces of food, and that is known as absorption. Then the blood carries the food to different parts of the body so that body can utilize it. That is known as assimilation. And last, the unwanted, undigested food is need to be thrown out from our body, which is known as egestion. So what are the 5 steps that is involved in animal nutrition? The 5 steps that is involved in animal nutrition are: first is ingestion, then comes digestion, third comes absorption, fourth comes assimilation, and fifth is egestion. This overall process, overall steps is needed for nutrition in animals. And what is holozoic nutrition? The mode of nutrition where one organism or one animal is taking nutrition from other animals or other organisms, that is known as holozoic nutrition. Now we will gradually go into nutrition in amoeba. We will see the first organism that we will see here, that is nutrition in amoeba. Now what is amoeba? Amoeba is a single cellular microorganisms. Amoeba is a single cellular microorganisms. Though it is single cellular, but this single cellular microorganism also go through these 5 steps for taking its nutrition. So the next step that we will see, the next thing that we will see is steps involved in nutrition in amoeba. Next we will see steps involved in nutrition in amoeba. I hope all of you are writing down the notes. Even if you are not writing, I am reminding you, take out your copy and keep on taking the notes. So what we have seen what is holozoic nutrition, and the next thing we have seen, that is steps involved in animal nutrition. So what are the steps involved? The steps involved are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. This is a flow chart which you need to remember accordingly. You cannot make assimilation before absorption, or you cannot make digestion after absorption. This is a flow chart where first comes ingestion, after ingestion it comes digestion, after digestion it comes absorption, after absorption it comes assimilation, and after assimilation it is egestion. Now as the chapter's name is nutrition in animals, so first we will concentrate on nutrition in amoeba, which is a single cellular microorganism. The steps involved are same in case of amoeba. But what happens in amoeba? For different organism, it uses different body parts for nutrition. So for nucleus and this is amoeba, which is a single cellular microorganism, and this is its nucleus. And amoeba have sensed a food particle here. This is the food particle. Amoeba have sensed that food particle is near its cell. Now what will amoeba do? The next step that amoeba will do, that it will extend its cell. It will extend its cell. Means we are having nucleus here. This is the food particle. This is nucleus, and it has extended its body part. Now this extended body part is having a special name which is known as pseudopodia. Pseudopodia. You have to learn the spelling of pseudopodia, where P is silent. We do not pronounce P. Now what is this pseudopodia? Pseudopodia is the false feet of amoeba. So what did amoeba do? It extended its cell, and now it has brought the cell near to the food particles. What will be the third step? Third step is, this is the nucleus. What did the third step it do? It engulfed. Here, this is the food particle. Food particle. And this is known as vacuole. This is known as vacuole. So, first it has sensed that food particle is near its body. What did the second step? It gradually extended its feet, which is known as false feet, and it is known as pseudopodia. Now it has engulfed the food, and it has taken the food into a round structure which is known as vacuole. It has engulfed means it has taken the food into a round structure which is known as vacuole. Okay. So after this, it has ingested, gradually it has ingested, the first step. Now what is the second step? After ingestion, it needs to digest the food, that is digestion. This is the food, and see here the food have broken down into smaller pieces and into the vacuole. So this is digestion. Second step, as I told, after ingestion. It has second step is digestion. So first step was ingestion, gradually it has digested. Now what will it do? Next it will if this is the vacuole, gradually it is giving the food in the whole cell. It is gradually diffusing the food. Actually it is diffusing the food from the vacuole in the whole cell. Means it is absorption, next diffused in the whole body and the whole body is taking the food. Its absorbed body has taken the food. Now it is given to distributed to overall body. This is assimilation. And what is the last step? In last step, the cell, this is the cell, and the unwanted food is thrown out outside the body. The unwanted food is thrown out outside the body and it is known as egestion. It is known as egestion. So this is the overall process of amoeba, nutrition of amoeba. What happens? First, amoeba sends the food. Here this is a single cell amoeba which has sensed that food is near its cell. Second, what will it do? It will enlarge, it will gradually extend its false feet, which is known as pseudopodia. What is the function of the false feet? False feet engulfs the food. False feet engulfs the food and it takes the food. That is, see here the food is taken, it is ingestion. Now where does the food go? The food goes inside a round like structure, empty space, which is known as vacuole. Now the food is gradually broken into smaller pieces, which is known as digestion. After digestion, gradually it is diffused outside the vacuole, which is known as absorption. Once it is diffused outside the vacuole, it is sent to or it is distributed overall the cell, which is known as assimilation. Why do amoeba or why do any animals need to do assimilation? Assimilation means, if you remember, that blood takes the food to different parts of the body so that body can utilize it. So that the body can utilize it. Why do body need to utilize it? Body need to utilize it to perform various activities and to carry on its life process. So that is assimilation. Once the food is digested, absorbed and assimilated in the body, the unwanted food is need to be thrown out. When the unwanted food is need to be thrown out, the cell ruptures. There is a breakage in the cell. The cell ruptures and the unwanted food is thrown out from the body and it is known as egestion. Clear? So these are the 5 steps for nutrition in animals, which is common for all. Now when ingestion takes place, for different organisms, different organs are related. Like for amoeba, it is pseudopodia, which is the false feet. When we talk about mosquito, mosquito sucks blood with the help of the feeding tube. It sucks blood with the help of the feeding tube. When we talk about bird, bird takes the food or eats the food with the help of its beak. When we take food inside the mouth, we use our hands. So different organisms use different organs for ingestion step. This was nutrition in animals. After that, we will gradually go to nutrition in humans. Next we will see about nutrition in humans. So all of you have drawn this. I am raising it. So next we will see nutrition in animals. Steps are same. First step is ingestion. First step is ingestion. Now, when we talk about nutrition in humans, there are many organs which is related to this nutrition. The food we take in from the mouth and that is ingestion, and the food we throw out through anus, that is egestion. The path from ingestion to egestion alimentary canal. The path from taking in food till we throw out the food, the path is known as alimentary canal, and the overall process is known as digestive process, and the system is known as digestive system. Now in this alimentary canal, many organs are present, many parts are present, which we will learn accordingly in different steps. So first step is ingestion. Ingestion means what? Taking in food. So we are taking in food in the mouth. Ingestion means taking in food. Taking in food. Now we are taking it in the mouth or the buccal cavity. Where we are taking? We are taking it in the mouth. What we are having in the mouth? In the mouth we are having teeth and tongue. In the mouth we are having teeth and tongue. So ingestion, we are taking in food. Now we need to break down the food into smaller pieces. So who helps us to break this food into smaller pieces? Teeth helps us to break down the food into smaller pieces. So the process of breaking down the food into smaller pieces with the help of teeth, the term is known as mastication. The term is known as mastication. So what is mastication? That is breaking down of food with teeth. So what is mastication? Breaking down of food with teeth is known as mastication. So in ingestion, the organ that is related is first is teeth and tongue. If you see this diagram, see here, first is mouth. So the digestive system or the process starts from mouth, where we are taking in food. Here we are having teeth and tongue. The process of breaking down of food into smaller pieces with the help of teeth is known as mastication. Now there are mainly 4 types of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars and molars. The total teeth is 32, 16 teeth in the upper jaw and 16 teeth in lower jaw. The first 4 front teeth of the upper jaw and the first 4 front teeth of the lower jaw is known as incisors. After that, followed by this, the 2 side teeth after incisors and this side 2 side teeth after incisors are canines. After canines, we are having 4. 2 this side, 2 this side, 2 on the right side of the lower jaw and 2 on the right side of the left side of the lower jaw. So we are having total 8 premolars, and after that we are having total 12 molars. 6 on the upper jaw, 6 on the lower jaw. Means 3 on the left side, 3 on the right side, again 3 on the left and 3 on the right. Just to clear the confusion, I am repeating it once again. We are having total 32 sets of teeth, of which 16 teeth in the upper jaw and 16 teeth in the lower jaw. Now, the 16 teeth, the first 4 teeth is for upper jaw, I am telling, it's same for lower jaw even. First 4 teeth is incisors, followed by two in the left side of the upper jaw and 2 in the right side of the upper jaw. That it is known as, after incisors we are having canines. After that we are having premolar, that is total 4 set of premolar on the upper jaw and 4 set of premolar on the lower jaw. Means 2 on the left side and 2 on the right side. After that we are having total 12 set of molar, of which 6 on the upper jaw and 6 on the lower jaw, of which 3 on the left and 3 on the right. This comes the set of the teeth, and we are having total 32 teeth. But there are for first 6 to 8 years we are having the temporary teeth, which is known as milk teeth. Gradually the temporary teeth starts to fall and the new teeth comes out, which is the permanent teeth. So this is the overall calculation with the help of teeth is known as mastication. We are having total 32 teeth, of which 16 teeth on the upper jaw and 16 teeth on the lower jaw. There are 4 types of teeth, that is incisors, canines, premolars and molars. What else we are having in the mouth? Next we are having tongue. What is the function of tongue? See, when we talk, what is the function? Tongue is free in front. Tongue is free in front and it is joined at the back. Tongue is free in the front and it is joined at the back. The function of tongue is to give taste to the food. When we eat different food, we feel sweet, we feel sour, at times it is spicy, at times it is bitter. So this taste is provided with the help of tongue. Tongue provides taste. It is having taste buds which provides taste to the food. So this is ingestion. After ingestion, coming to the second step, which is digestion. Next we are coming to the second step, which is digestion. Digestion means what? Digestion means breaking down of food into smaller pieces and it provides energy. So mouth. Coming to this picture, we are having mouth. In the mouth, we are having a gland which is known as salivary gland. In the mouth, we are having a gland which is known as salivary gland. What is the function of salivary gland? Salivary gland secretes saliva. Salivary gland secretes saliva. What is the function of saliva? Saliva moistens the food. Means it makes the food wet so that the food that we are chewing, it becomes soft. Saliva moistens the food so that the food that we are eating, it becomes soft. Now, when we are taking in food, digestion means breaking down of food. It is breaking down carbohydrate, proteins, fats. It is breaking down different nutrients into smaller pieces to provide energy. So, salivary gland secretes the enzyme which is known as salivary amylase. So, in digestion, what happens? In digestion, it starts in mouth. In mouth, we are having salivary gland. Now, what is the function of the salivary gland? Salivary gland secretes saliva. What is the function of saliva? It moistens the food and it secretes a saliva which is known as salivary amylase. This salivary amylase, this name is not mentioned in your book, so please note it down. Saliva secretes the enzyme which is known as salivary amylase. What is the function of this salivary amylase? Salivary amylase breaks carbohydrate. It starts to break carbohydrate. So coming to the diagram, we are having mouth. In the mouth, we are having salivary gland. Salivary gland secretes saliva. Function of saliva is to moisten the food, and in the mouth, it secretes the saliva which is known as salivary amylase. Function of salivary amylase is to break down the carbohydrate. When we are eating rice, roti, pizza, food which is rich in carbohydrate, it starts to break down with the help of the enzyme which is known as salivary amylase. After mouth, the food is passed through a food pipe which is known as we are having here, after the mouth, the food passes through a pipe which is known as esophagus or food pipe. Before that, we are having here one windpipe and one food pipe. In very rare cases, our food to enter into the windpipe and we get choked. So, how does it happen? We are having a flat-like structure which is known as epiglottis. Epiglottis functions in passing the food through the food pipe and passing the air to the windpipe. When epiglottis malfunctions at time, then the food enters into the windpipe and we get choked. So, from mouth, salivary gland, it breaks up moisture in the food and breaks the food. Now the food is passed through the tube-like structure which is known as esophagus. This is food pipe. This is food pipe. No digestion takes place in esophagus. No digestion takes place in esophagus. From esophagus, the food is passed to stomach. So first is our mouth. First organ which is related to digestion is mouth. After mouth, we are having saliva. In mouth, we are having salivary gland. After mouth, it is passed through esophagus, and from esophagus, it is passed to stomach. The third organ that is related is stomach. Again, I am telling you, this is a path. This is a path. So you cannot name any path before another. It goes in a flowchart where one path or one organ comes one after another. So only after esophagus the food is passed to stomach. Now what is the stomach? Stomach, it is a U-shaped structure present in our body and it churns the food, means food can move here. It churns the food. Movement of food takes place in stomach. In the stomach, there are many digestive juices present. Means stomach secretes many digestive juices so that food can get digested. It secretes a type of acid which is known as hydrochloric acid. It secretes a type of acid which is known as hydrochloric acid. What is the function of this hydrochloric acid? Hydrochloric acid kills the bacteria, human bacteria. If any bacteria is present in the stomach, it gets killed with the help of the acid which is known as hydrochloric acid. What else it secretes? It secretes enzyme which breaks protein. It secretes an enzyme which breaks protein. So the digestive juices present here, it breaks protein. Here we have seen in mouth that it is breaking carbohydrate. Next in stomach, the digestive juices that is present, it breaks protein into simpler pieces. And here in stomach, mucus is present. What is the function of mucus? It protects the inner wall of stomach from the acid. So what are the things present inside the stomach? Stomach is a U-shaped like structure. It secretes many digestive juices and it also secretes mucus and it secretes hydrochloric acid. Now each these juices, acids are having different functions. Digestive juices breaks down protein into smaller pieces. And hydrochloric acid, it kills the bacteria which is present in the body, and mucus, it protects the stomach. In mucus, it forms an layer on the inner lining of the stomach and it protects the stomach from the acidic nature, from this acid or acidic medium. Now, gradually digestion has started. Food has been broken down into smaller pieces. From the mouth to it is passed through the food pipe and it has reached stomach. Now gradually digestion has started. Next, what happens? Here the food is in a form of soup. It forms a form of soup. Next, we are coming to the fourth organ, which is known as small intestine, which is known as small intestine. Now you may be wondering why if my small intestine is the fourth organ, then why I have written liver and pancreas. This liver and pancreas is present, it comes under small intestine. Now what happens in small intestine, it is very coiled. If you see the structure, the inner structure, small intestine is a structure of huge 7.5 meter long structure which is coiled together and it is inside the body. The 7.5 meter long tube-like structure, it is just coiled together. Just think, you are having a long coiled tube-like structure which is coiled and wrapped and it is inside our body. The 7.5 meter long tube is inside our body. Now, this small intestine, in small intestine what happens? The inner lining of the small intestine secretes again the juices, and this juices, function of these juices is to complete the digestion. Now here we are having the liver. We are having the liver, and the function of the liver is, liver what happens? It secretes the bile. It secretes the bile juice. This liver is the largest gland of our body. Remember that liver, it is the largest gland of our body. Now what is the function of gland? Gland secretes the juices, like salivary gland, it is secreting the juice. Liver, it is the largest gland of our body which is secreting the juice. Pancreas, it is another gland which secretes pancreatic juice. Now, this liver, it is secreting bile which is kept stored in the gallbladder. It is kept stored in the gallbladder. Here this is the liver and here somewhere we are having gallbladder. We are having gallbladder. Now what is the function of this gallbladder? Gallbladder stores the bile which is secreted from liver, and what is the function of this bile? This bile breaks fat. Bile breaks fat. So we have seen amylase which is breaking down carbohydrate. We have seen digestive juice in the stomach which is breaking down protein. Next, bile, it is present in the liver. Liver secretes bile which is stored in gallbladder, and the function of the bile is to break down fat. So, bile, here liver is secreting bile and its function is to breaks fat. Stomach, it breaks protein. In stomach, the juice that is secreted, that breaks protein. Next we are having pancreas. Pancreas gives out the juice which is known as pancreatic juice, and it breaks protein, carbohydrates and fat. So pancreatic juice which is secreted from pancreas, it breaks down all protein, carbohydrates and fat. So this liver, gallbladder, pancreas, this all comes under small intestine. So the function of pancreas is to secrete pancreatic juice which breaks down protein, carbohydrates and fat. In small intestine, gradually the digestion comes to an end. When the food is completely broken down into smaller pieces, gradually digestion comes into an end in small intestine. So what are the organs that is associated in digestion? The organs that is associated in digestion are, first is mouth, second is esophagus, third is stomach and fourth is small intestine. Here ends the digestion, that is our second step. In our next lecture, we will continue from absorption. So what did we see? We have seen that the steps that is involved in animal nutrition: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Then we have seen mode of nutrition in amoeba. Amoeba is a single cellular microorganism which also comes through all these 5 steps for taking nutrition from food. In case of amoeba, it uses the organ which is known as pseudopodia, which is the false feet. Pseudopodia, function of pseudopodia is to engulf the food and then gradually the overall full 5 steps for digestion takes place. Then we have started to see how nutrition takes place in animals. How nutrition takes place in animals? First, we have seen ingestion, where food is taken. Ingestion means taking in food, where food is broken down into smaller pieces with the help of teeth. The process of breaking down of food into smaller pieces is known as mastication. And the other organ associated in ingestion is tongue, which gives taste to the food. The second step is digestion. Digestion starts in mouth. In the mouth we are having salivary glands which produces saliva. It moistens the food and it breaks the food, a type of saliva known as salivary amylase. It breaks the carbohydrate. Now this moistened simpler food is passed through esophagus, which is known as food pipe. No digestion takes place in esophagus. After esophagus, it is passed to stomach. Stomach secretes digestive juices. It secretes digestive juices. It secretes mucus and it secretes hydrochloric acid. Digestive juices breaks down protein. Mucus, it forms a layer of the inner lining of the stomach to protect the stomach from acidic media, because the acid called hydrochloric acid is present which kills bacteria. From stomach, the food is passed to small intestine. In small intestine is a long tube-like structure which is coiled inside our body. It is 7.5 meter long. Now here what happens? Here it receives secretion or it receives digestive juices from liver and pancreas. If you are asked that name the largest gland of our body, you have to name it is liver. Liver secretes bile which is stored in gallbladder. What is the function of bile? Bile breaks the fat into smaller pieces. And next comes pancreas. It secretes the juice which is known as pancreatic juice, and it breaks protein, carbohydrate and fats into smaller pieces. With this, the food is completely digested. After digestion, the food need to be absorbed, from where we will start on next day. Now the assignment related to this topic is uploaded in ERP. Kindly download it and do your work. Thank you, and show it to me after the school ends. Thank you.